Hello, everybody.
Howdy. Good evening.
What's
Hey,
up?
Patrick. Hey, Jeremy.
Hello, guys.
We are live, and we've got 75 people with us already. Welcome,
Yeah.
everybody. Glad to see you all.
Awesome.
I forgot to send out the email this week, so you guys that are on the email list may not be with us tonight, but that's okay. You get your notification. If you're on YouTube, you know that we're live. So this week has been a busy week. I want to send a big thanks out to that guy over there, Patrick, because he we were having a conversation last week talking about the drugs that I'm on and how bad it's been. I've been on oxycodone since December, and I was explaining to Patrick, I still have the pain. It doesn't do much for the pain, and Patrick recommended a drug, and I called my doctor, and my doctor says good choice. And I said, what do you mean good choice? And it's an anti-inflammatory. So for the last 2 days, I've been off the oxycodone, and all of the pain in my leg is gone. So big thank you to Patrick. Thank you, Patrick.
Oh, you're welcome.
For recommending that drug. I don't know why my doctor didn't recommend it, but I'm feeling good. This is my third live stream this week. So I've been busy. Plus I have a project that I've been doing for a friend. Patrick, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, let's see. I've done some keychains. We had the live stream where I was live, and
I love that
I
pattern.
can show it. Let's see.
I love that
which
pattern.
side this is.
That pattern.
Okay,
is
that's
awesome.
the gold side. It's got a little oil on it. And then I finished the second side today on Jerry's stream.
Beautiful. Oh, I didn't catch that.
So I've been doing a few streams. Oh, I got some keychains. Remember 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
I gave away the LMR keychains.
Yeah.
I'll have these for sale on the website as a fundraiser.
I've been waiting for mine.
It's going to go out in the mail. So these are on the website. It's a help raise some funds for Jeremy and I for materials.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That turned out so good.
Now, there's a shipping charge or use free shipping. If you pay the full shipping charge, you're going to get a bonus keychain. And I could show you, let's see. Sorry, don't mean to be ratting around in there.
Come on.
Get my face out of there.
Come on now.
Sorry.
There we go. Wow. That's cool.
Oh, I like that one too.
So there's a little bonus. Nice laser warning symbol. Then I made another one for Beams Motel, Cutting Edge Comfort. I don't know if I showed that one last week. Cutting Edge Comfort, and the room number is what is that room number, Rich?
355.
Wavelength?
Oh, 355. That's a cold laser.
Yeah. So it's a laser wavelength, and I was working on those. And then, of course, I have tonight's project back there behind me.
I didn't even think about that. 355. Okay.
Should I show the project now?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. May as well do it now.
This is my file for you guys tonight.
Thank you, V. Appreciate it.
Thank you, V.
V, thank you so much for the donation.
So this is the mother poem, and I took the base of
Beautiful.
the back piece of plywood and stained it with gunstock. And then this is 3D, actual 3D.
Wait a minute. How did you get that tag to hang like that?
Well, I used space, cut the bow out so that the two spacers give it room to hang. And then, which is something I'll have to explain to the audience, because you see this is just free and hanging there.
Yep.
There's a certain way you need to assemble it.
Oh, I see the little
you can,
cut right there.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So that little slit opens up like a split ring keychain, and you can slide
Okay, that's pretty sneaky.
this on there. What gave me the idea was working with all these keychains, and I was thinking, you know what? I could actually get this tag on the bow and get it to hang there.
Yeah. That's genius.
Hang on one second. If you guys can hold off on your questions, let me just answer this one real quick, Patrick, for V, because it's
right
probably
ahead.
an important one. V is asking what drug, and it was a drug called
Mobic.
Mobic. Yeah, Mobic. Sorry, go ahead.
So, yeah, once a day anti-inflammatory, and it's much easier on the stomach than your traditional ibuprofen or Aleve. 15 milligrams, you take it once a day, and you get all day relief.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, that's good to have friends in high places.
Okay, you got anything else to show us, Patrick?
I think that is it for now.
Okay.
So thank you.
All right. So if you'll hold off on your questions for just a few minutes, we'll pull up the question and answer screen, and we'll start taking questions once we introduce everything that we're doing for tonight.
And my project takes about an hour and 20 minutes, so I need to get started soon on it.
Okay.
And then I'll explain it after it gets started.
Yep. Sure. Jeremy, what do you got going on tonight?
Oh, well, just, because Patrick was doing that design on his axe, I had been working on something this week too, and I didn't know he was doing that, but it's a brass earring cut out with my fiber laser. So anyways, one of my projects fell through, and so I went to the backup, and I made more coasters. And, I mean, they sell at my shows, so that's what I'm doing. So just a couple different versions of some ones. There's a family one, and yes, I do notice that there's no dad on this one. I'm whatever. It is what it is. And there's a mom one. Hey, you know what though? There's single moms out there, so they need some stuff.
Yes, that's right. That's the single mom one.
Yeah,
non-traditional family there.
There's this one with the roses.
Okay, well, now people are going to get confused because we have a different file in the download from you, Jeremy.
No, and I will explain why it's not, but it is.
All right.
Anyway, so this one's Mom Strong. I like that one. That was my own idea. I used the AI to get the flowers in the ring, and then I added the rest of it in with the proverb. Let's flip it, 31, 28, and 29. And then there's actually, how many is here? 1, 2, 3. There's actually 10 designs, and I'm going to burn the other 5 tonight. There's 10 designs in this Mother's Day faith, hope, and love type thing. And I hope you guys like them. And I had intentions of doing them on this sign right here.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking to Rich before the show started, and he let me know why I messed up. And it did this. It didn't do anything. It's because it's cedar, I guess. So I flipped it around and put some masking tape on it and did that and painted it and peeled it all back off, and that looked pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I'm probably going to do that one this week and finish it up. Maybe I'll post some pictures on the LMR. And then also, I was doing keychains.
I saw that video. That's pretty cool. 3D
printed, inlaid with 2 different kinds of wood, and it matches the logo that the guy has exactly with the coloring. So that was a pretty fun project. So that's what I was up to this week.
Very nice. Okay, so this week I've been myself kind of busy. I had a friend make a request for a file or make a request for a project, and I prototyped my Mother's Day. I'll show you the what I did for my friend first. So for the first time in his life, he's 76 years old. He got a pet, and he bought a cat. I guess a fancy cat, Himalayan, and it's black, which I don't think I've ever seen a black Himalayan before. So he said, "Can you do something? Make me something that I can put up on my entryway for my cat." And I said, "Yeah, sure." So I dug through some of my files. I went and searched cat, and I popped up with this one right here, which is one of my favorite cat ones. I'm almost done with it. I've got 6 layers done so far. Got it glued together. So this is This is a depiction of a man walking a cat.
Is that a bird on the fence back there?
Yeah, there's a couple birds in there.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I see
Yeah,
him up in the top too.
yeah, up in the top two, above the tree. The shadows in here
That's great.
are playing games with it. But yeah, so this is what I did for him. I still have to finish the edges, which what I do is I take a black marker and I just mark out all the edges, and I have to put my brand on the back up here and a stand on the bottom so that he can display it on the little table he's got by his front door. But it's almost done, so that's not what we're doing tonight. If you like that file, it's for sale on my website, engraveandcutfiles.com. The one that I did for tonight that's in the download package below the video is I Love You, Mom. And this is the prototype. So don't give me any feedback. But here it is. And the reason why it's only partially colored like that was it's a prototype. So I was trying to figure out how to explain this to you, and I'll show you in Lightburn how you determine where to color what colors. I'll show you that in just a minute. But let me switch to my other camera so you can see this better. And there you go. So the roses get colored in red, the background of the rose in pink, the stalk in green, the outside of the heart in red, and there is a saying around the bottom, which is like a warped Star Wars kind of look to it. And it's a Mother's Day saying. And this is the whole project. Quick, easy, simple project. Anybody can do it. You just load the file and you hit start. You got to put your settings in. But this was really fast, easy to do. And let me show you really quickly the Lightburn file. So the way that you determine, if you download this file, the way that you determine where to paint the roses is by changing the black layer over here from line to fill. And there you go. There you go. So that is all of the red coloring. Very, very simple. And this took me a long time to make this file, about 2 hours, because I had to keep, I was making the roses, and then I had to duplicate the layers where I wanted it to be black and weld the other layers and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this was a long file to make. Like I said, about 2 hours. But you run this job in line. And the reason why you run this in line is simply because it gives you the definition, the black line around the roses. And I ran it pretty slow. Let me show you a close-up over here of that rose. There you can see the black engraving around the red. So that's the reason why you run it in line mode. So that is my project for tonight. The base is 3 different layers. Quick, easy project. Anybody can do it. And I designed this so that it will fit on one piece of 12 by 12 wood. So that's another. You don't have to waste. You don't have to waste too much material. So that's my project for tonight. By the way, the links for all this are right below the video. So you'll see the link for the download. It's a zip package. In there are 3 folders: Patrick, Jeremy, and Rich. And I put in the Lightburn file as well as the SVG file if you don't use Lightburn, and the guys put in their Lightburn files. So those are the projects that were given to you tonight. I'm not going to do a project myself because it requires getting up and down, and bending and twisting, and I'm just not ready for that yet. So maybe in the next live stream I'll be ready to run a project. But
I have a question about yours though, Rich. When you do that line after fill deep like that, that's going to help with some of the bleed over between the layers.
Yeah. So that's why I did it low and slow too. So I did this at 6,000 millimeters a minute, the line on this. So it's slow. So it puts a little break in there, and you can see how perfectly it colored. So nothing bled over. Forget about the green part over here. I was shaking the marker and a big blob came out. But I'm going to keep this one for tomorrow because my grandson's coming over, and I'm going to let him finish all of the coloring on it and give it to him.
Now, I chose a different approach to get some depth in mine. It actually, you can see
You engraved it away.
I engraved more of it away.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then
that makes
I
it
didn't
easy
call.
to.
I wasn't very careful with my coloring.
You should have let the kids do it.
Yeah, blame it on the kids.
As you can
Blame it
see,
on the kids
it's
as
running
opposed-
back here. I'll switch you over to a different view, but whenever it's appropriate, I'll just go through my file.
Okay, so we're gonna switch over to the comments, and now we'll be able to see your comments, and everybody else will be able to see them. Just don't comment too quickly because your comment will just go right straight by. So, hi to everybody in the chat.
For those
It
of
is
you that
Mother's
have
Day.
the Lasermatic XW, that file is set up for the XW in two 12 by 12 sheets of plywood, as you can see there.
Thank you, V. Yeah, that was a tough file to set up because every time I kept offsetting a layer, another layer would change color, so I'd have to offset it and then pull it off and then group the two and put it back on, and I had to figure out in my mind where those colors should be. You know what I'm saying? So it was it took me a little over 2 hours to design that. Ken says, I'm late to the party. What method did you use to color? By the way, love you guys. Thank you.
Paint pens.
Yep.
That's what I use. Actually,
That's
paint
what I
markers.
use. Yeah.
Mine were over there.
Some of mine where you have to paint is going to be very small. So I used my 0.7 millimeter fine point ink, acrylic markers. And then others, the big parts, you can use the thicker ones. But for mine, you're going to need the fine point acrylic.
This is just masking tape in like a 12-inch wide roll that I just cut a little piece off of. And then I had to paint it dark to get the laser to engrave it. And I had to go over it twice. And then I just spray painted it outside today and then peeled the tape off.
Right. Yeah, you can
Because it's
always
only one
mask your
color.
wood. You can always mask your wood, with laser masking tape.
Yep.
And that makes things a lot easier to paint. I thought this one was pretty easy to paint because, I created those lines in the project, and there was no bleed over whatsoever. Farthead is here.
Hey, Farthead. I had so much fun when he was on my live stream the other night because I got to say, hello, Farthead, and goodbye, Farthead.
Hey, Robert. Hi, Sherry from Sunset Beach, North Carolina. Mark says, I just wanted to chat in and let you guys know how much I appreciate you all. Thank you. We appreciate you, too, for being here. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So
anybody that's downloaded my file, that's what it's going to open up and look like, mostly.
Hang on one second. Let me put you in full screen here.
All right.
Thank you, V. V says she's going to jump around and give a thumbs up to everybody.
So the
orange
here represents orange here, and blue, it's telling you exactly how the layers are set up. So these are the two rivet bow spacers. There will be pieces removed from those, and then this will have one little cut right here.
Cool.
So then what you end up doing is using it like a split ring. And I have directions in there for you. You attach the tag to the bow before doing any gluing. Glue the bow spacers together, then glue the bow and bow with the tag attached to those two spacers, and then that'll make you 3 layers. And those 2 spacers give enough room for that tag to hang freely. Then align the flowers, and that's what this orange layer here is for, is to give you an alignment point where to exactly put those flowers. so that they're nice and spaced out.
Cool.
And those, then once your glue is dry for the bow assembly, just take it and glue it right in this area where it's the thickest part. You have the most wood to actually glue to. Glue it right there, and you're good to go.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you put all the instructions in there. That's nice.
Yeah, and the teal layer is an offset fill layer, so it will just quickly do an offset fill and give you a little frame around it.
Very nice.
If you use my settings, each layer is set up a little different, so you have a little different shade for each engraved layer.
Very nice.
And they all have line after fills to make it stand out, which you'll hopefully saw that in the beginning, but you'll definitely see it in this final product.
Okay, Kenny Sims is here. Hey, Kenny. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for the attaboy on the We the People, Rich. The We the People. I forgot. It must be a video. I forgot what that one was, Kenny. Sorry. Rick is here from Northern Iowa. Jeremy is here. Howdy, y'all.
Oh, hi. Oh.
Not you.
I did notice up a little earlier we had a couple people from Quebec here in the house, Canada.
Yep.
And then my what was that Moose River something Goose something. I don't know.
Matt German's here. Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Matt
is Moses.
Matt's expert on lithophanes.
Definitely. Moses forever. I get the fur part now.
Moses forever. He's one of my channel. Moses is one of my channel members. Welcome, Moses. Jack is here, of course. Jack in the shop.
Oh, Goose Creek, South Carolina. That's where it was from.
Oh, the four-layer eagle. Yeah. Jack Williams is here from Westerville, Ohio. And James Lyle, welcome from Nashville, Tennessee. Morton Customs from Sweden. Welcome. Wonder what time it is in Sweden. ET Laserworks. Welcome.
What's up, Jeremy?
Jeremy's from Texas.
Jeremy Jordan.
Another Jeremy. We have too many Jeremys tonight. Cut it out. Papa Juan from Georgia. Bethlehem, Georgia. Robert's here from Logan, Ohio. Welcome.
Howdy, Papa Juan. Howdy, Robert.
Hello.
Wow, Jack's only got one live stream playing tonight. Jack usually has 5 or 6 of them going at the same time.
Well, you should have one stream playing from each channel, so we all get.
That's right, Jack.
Yeah,
open it up from all the channels, and you'll hear all the weird audio going back and forth.
Yeah, and increase the watch time for everyone.
Hi, Mike from Washington State. Tony Lafort, one of my channel members. Welcome, Tony. He's from Cleveland. John Marksberry from Tonto Basin, Arizona. I don't think I've heard of that before. Johnny's here from North Carolina. Morty Customs. 2:24 a.m. in Sweden. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you for being with us. We appreciate you losing sleep to watch our live stream. Hi, Jeremy, Jack, and Morty. He says. Manitoba, Canada.
I'm the other one.
Flying photos. Oh, look at that. Love bug. I don't think you guys can see that. We have love bugs flying around right now. Yesterday we had a tornado touchdown just less than a mile from here. We've been having some bad weather coming through.
We have stink bugs everywhere.
Chris is here from the UK. Leon from Manchester, UK. Welcome. Greg is here. Roses are red, violets are blue. Mom, I love you. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Bob is here. Bob, hi guys from Silver Grove, Kentucky. Beautiful country up there. Neon Leon, it's 1:25 a.m. there. We got the UK coming out tonight. Hutch's Woodcrafts, Northeast.
Well, one of the V's asked me about tile stands, and I released a video today on tile stands. So
I saw that. Yeah.
I got about 5-6 minutes into it. I had to go do something, so I'm gonna catch that up tonight.
Let's take a look and see what's going on over on.
It's only like 5.5 minutes, so you should have finished it.
Oh, maybe I got less than that in. I know I thumbs up it or gave it a thumbs up. I don't know how to say it.
Trying to get this camera. Maybe I'm going to reverse those.
Is that looking through the bend in the acrylic? Oh, yes. No. Okay.
That is.
Yeah, that's why there's that distortion right there.
Glitch in a matrix.
Yeah, so that distortion right there is not. It's not missing the engraving. It's if you look all the way over to the left of the drag chain, you'll see that the video is distorted.
Yep.
Another love bug. Come on now.
Can't fix it.
Getting in here. So that's running real slow.
Has anybody ever designed something with a font that looks cool, design it, and then when you burn it, you don't really like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got one.
I've had that happen quite a few times. Johnny says, I hope you're doing well. Louisiana Hobby Guy, a member of a couple years of all three. Thank you, Johnny. Welcome. Hey, Jerry. Jerry's here, 3DHP. Sorry, Jerry. I couldn't make it today, Jerry. I was in bed most of the day. V says that she needs the tile stand files as well. She commented when she saw it, but blinked and didn't remember.
Yeah, I can do a link.
Yeah, drop a link for V.
Okay.
Here by the way, I've launched
perspective without the acrylic distortion.
By the way, I've launched channel memberships now, which is something different than my Patreon. So I know a lot of people don't like or don't want to sign up for Patreon. So I launched channel memberships on my channel. If you want, click the little join button below my video, and I'll be doing a channel members live stream every 2 weeks, just for channel members with unique files. So the channel member file I did this week, you got the preview of the file with the Mother's Day project, as well as that Kleenex box that you see right behind me up there on the Lasermatic.
And while you're at it, head over to my channel and sign up for my channel membership.
I beat you to it.
I got an email from YouTube saying I qualified because I don't know, whatever. I went into my studio, did all this stuff through my studio, and everything was fine. And I get an email saying, hey, you're not qualified. We'll let you know when you are. And I'm like, why'd you send me the email?
Yeah. Carlos is here from Puerto Rico. Jerry says, Patrick popped in for a while. Yeah, he told us. Hope you get back to 100%. I hope so too. It's getting a little better every day, so that's a good thing.
Greg, I am doing coasters again with a Mother's Day. Whoops. There you go. There's a family one. And there's a mom one right there. I got, this one's my favorite one. Mom Strong. I like that one. And this one just came off. This is the one I was talking about. The She Is. It looked really cool in the artwork, and then now that I'm looking at it, I don't like it. So feel free to change any of the font.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to have some of these that I have.
A lot of fonts don't capitalize well.
Yeah, it looked good in black and white or in the line mode, but as soon as it come off there, I'm looking at this thing and going, that don't look like what I wanted it to look like. And you'll find a couple other words in there that I didn't get a chance to edit the right way. So
Hand Engraving is here from Salmon Arm, BC, up in Canada. Welcome.
I didn't know salmon had arms.
Oh, I forgot. I made a little graphic to go with the keychains. So in keeping with the pair from 2 weeks ago.
Neon Leon says, hey guys, if you leave the backing paper on the top and underside of your clear acrylic, is it possible to cut it? No, not with a diode. It's not possible to cut it with a diode.
Mm-mm.
Not clear. You can engrave it really nicely with a diode, but you can't cut it.
I used that masking paper back there. It's almost white, and it wouldn't even do anything. I had to paint it dark green today, just to get that done.
Yeah.
So,
Chris says his Atom Stack 10-watt module died last week, waiting on delivery of a Sculpt Fun SFA9 40-watt. Steve Smith is here. Hey, Steve. Okay, I'm here now. We can start. We started a long time ago. Having a problem opening tonight's files. You got to extract them first, I guess. The zip package works. I tested it.
Yeah,
Peter,
I opened it
here from Hawaii. Peter's here from Hawaii. Aloha.
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 Hey, Jeremy, like the coasters a lot.
Cool.
A good one. I've been happy with it, with a rendition of his Weekend Hooker design. Okay.
I don't know what that. I don't know what he means by that.
The Weekend Hooker is a guy fishing with a fish.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And it says Weekend Hooker. Ava Lee. Hi, Rich from Idaho. I'm glad you're doing better. Well, welcome, Ava. So glad to see you here tonight. Okay, V is asking, and we'll address this quickly. V is asking, any sweet news from Rolly on the Galvamatic progress? Yes, we just had a meeting with Leo night before last. Progress is going well. So they've got all the parts in for the first 20 of the beta models, and they've got an order in for 200 more for the first 200. So the only thing that we've been waiting on right now was ordering the raw materials. Everything else is done. So yeah, it's right on time. Everything's right on time, according to Leo. Ernie is asking for a link to purchase the keychains.
Yeah, I forgot to post that, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did. Question for Patrick. Can the Mother's Day plaque be done with a 10-watt diode? Sure.
Yes.
I did some work with my 10-watt today. What did I do? I don't remember.
V, did you pre-order? I'm wondering if V Swan pre-ordered the Galvamatic. We have two V's, by the way, in here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
VA
and V Swan.
Yes, she did.
Okay, good for you. Congratulations. Yeah, the delivery time hasn't changed. So I think he said end of July is going to be the first shipping. Hopefully I'll have mine here where I can start doing some beta testing on it, because the beta testing is really important. I'm going to, the beta testers, they drive the machine hard, running it every day with all different types of files. And we do that for a reason. So, Leo is very particular. He's A-type personality, and he's very particular about everything working perfectly before he makes something available for sale. I think it was almost over a year on the original LaserMatic 10 before he even sold it.
I want to thank Chuck Wheeler for ordering 2 of those LMR keychains.
Cool beans.
Robert says he pre-ordered his Galvamatic. I'm extremely happy with the customer service. Yeah, they have the best customer service out of any of the laser companies. The link says the site can't be reached.
That's got to be a server.
No, I think it's
not
that.
A server.
I think it's that little JSON face that the software puts in there.
Oh, that
Type
link.
it out.
Okay.
Type out lightsource.pro/product/LMR keychain. That should bring you there. I think we have a problem with. I have to send a email to the programmers of this software. Leo has integrity. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I will agree with that.
Perry says, I just turned in. I'm rocking an Ortour LaserMaster 2 10-watt module now, so I'm anxious to learn some of the new things that I can now I can cut material. I used to cut material on the 5-watt LaserMaster. Just the basic LaserMaster 5-watt. It's just a matter of speed and feed, speed and power.
Dwayne Dickens ordered a keychain and somebody else did, and I can't remember who, and I need to find that to thank them for
Greg Wilson, Nature Photography. Greg says, I really need to learn to designs in Lightburn from scratch. I've been tracing some of my photography gear for case foam inserts lately. Cool. It's not hard to learn. Just import a picture and put it on the screen and then go to work from there using it as a reference point. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm. AI is a good tool to learn to use, to learn how to tweak it to get it exactly how you want it. That's how I did a lot of these coasters. All of these coasters, actually, they all got something tweaked on them, except for 2. I missed 2 spots. There's a couple of H's you guys are going to notice that.
Noel, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
Thanks, Noel. See you later. Grandkids are definitely more important than our show.
You should have got a link in email, and you click it. It should just automatically download it.
Perry says, I had the 2.1 watt Ortour. It was only good for engraving. Yeah, if you look right there, hanging on that shelf in the next, I can't get my hand, right there. That is the very first Ortour model ever made. It's a small cantilever, and I think it's 1.5 watts. Ultimate, just unbelievable engravings.
B, if you send me an email, I'll just send you the file. Sales@lightsource.pro.
William says, my Atom Stack 820 Pro died, and I bought a used Rolly 1020. Wow, what a difference! Yeah, huge difference. The Lasermatic is, it's just the best laser all around. Everything about it is the best, from the materials to the way it works to the LB set file that comes with it that puts in all of your settings, your rotary settings, your offset scans, all that kind of everything about the Lasermatic is best in the industry.
Secret Laser Man, we just covered that like 2.5 minutes ago.
Yeah, there's not going to be any new information on the Galvamatic. So if you want, you can go to my channel and watch the replay of the launch, the live stream launch.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a replay video where I corrected the problem with the audio. And everything in that video is pretty much everything that we're going to know. The machine is done, and they're just waiting on raw materials, and they're going to start assembling.
This is the tile stand that they're talking about, just to show you guys.
Okay. Tim, just go over to my channel and watch that Rolly Automation replay on the launch of the Galvamatic. Hang on, Patrick. Go ahead.
So the tile just sits in it, just like that. Don't fall out.
Don't drop it.
Yeah, I was trying to look at the camera to see, I got it the wrong angle. There it is.
You could probably stand, quite a few things in there, not just tiles.
Yeah, all the corners are rounded, so there's no sharp edges. Really, they've got some rounding to them, and it just sits like that. Slate fits in it too. Um, I don't know where my slate went to. But anyway, no, it's not over there. You get the point. That's all they are. And the download's free. You just have to watch the video. And then there's, if you want to buy them already printed, I have them up for sale.
I did something really similar to that, made out of acrylic last year. I have to go look for that again because I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, Secret Laser Man, there's no need to be sorry about that. You just missed it by that much. I do it all the time.
V says his first laser was a Ortour 5.5. Now it's like watching paint. I gave it to a friend. I still have two original Ortour 5 watts. Chris says, until my new machine arrives, I've reinstalled my old SculptFun S9 module. SculptFun S9 was a pretty decent machine and a good module. And B says he learned a lot on that little laser. Yeah. Yep. Well, that's how I started my channel, was with the 5 watt Ortour, and then I upgraded it to the NAJ model. I put the NAJ module on it, and that was 3 years ago when I first started my channel. Everything I did was on a 5 watt laser. If you go back and look at my terrible first videos from 3 years ago, you'll see that machine in the videos. In fact, I even had it, I was filming in my garage. We had an air conditioner installed, and I was actually filming in the garage because I would have to open the garage door and put a box fan in front of it to engrave with it, so everything blew out the garage door.
Drink break.
Yeah. V says that he learned a lot from those terrible old videos. Ellen just became a member. Thank you, Ellen. Welcome. Thank you so much. If you guys want a little custom badge next to your name, see up there those little yellow badges, just hit that join button underneath the video. Greg says, I can't figure out how to engrave cups with handles with my Lasermatic rotary. The handle hits. Well, you know what? You can, what I've told a couple people now that works well for them, you do have to configure the laser though, is just take the plate out of the bottom and get yourself a couple of 4x4s and put those underneath the laser to get them up 3.5 inches, and then put your rotary accessory down on the table, and then all you need to do is use the little drop down that comes with your Lasermatic, that strange looking piece of aluminum. I don't know if I have one up here.
Jeremy found his.
Well, I already got up and looked for it, so put it away.
I can't do nothing.
Don't make me go through the pain of standing up and for nothing. So
that's why I was doing it real quick. I didn't know you were getting up.
You get this little odd-looking aluminum that a lot of people don't know what it's for. So this is to drop down the laser head lower. So when you, like, let's say that you wanted to engrave a table with your Lasermatic, you'd take the bottom plate out, you'd hook this up to it, and then you'd be able to focus on the table that's below the laser. So that's what this aluminum is that comes with it. I've had lots of people ask me, what is that for? They also asked me what that bar was for across the front.
Yeah.
Let's see. Darn it, I'm in Australia and just saw you online. Okay, not sure what that means, but finally got to the keychains, says Ernie. Okay. Ellen says, I've learned a lot from you, Rich, and love that you take the time for us old blondes. I'm glad to hear. Rich, what materials can the Galvamatic engrave and cut? So the Galvamatic has got both a 40-watt blue laser, so anything that a diode laser can engrave and cut, the Galvamatic can. And then you also have a 20-watt fiber laser, so anything that a fiber laser can engrave and cut. And the 20-watt fiber laser is really not going to cut much. You can cut some really, really thin, like brass or something like that. But it's mostly going to be for engraving on metals. So, yeah. What were you showing there, Jeremy?
Just the next one that came off. That's it.
That's it.
So I got that
Mother.
one.
That's
And then
nice.
this is the other Mom Strong with 2025 underneath.
Very nice. By the way, that's the power of AI. You can always tell AI when you see something because it sort of makes it look antique.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know why.
Well, it's some of the prompts that I put in. I wanted it to look like that too. There's a couple that don't look that way, like this one. This one looks more modern, like you would see something on Pinterest.
Yeah.
But that's the way I put the prompts in. So
Yeah. Ellen says, I have the Polar 350 and still in the learning phase. I know it's capable of a lot, but I'm still afraid of it. Oh, don't be afraid of it.
Thanks, Perry. Now
Just
these
put
can
your hand under it and you'll be fine.
Yeah, these can be scaled up for wall hangers too. So don't be afraid to blow them up and do something different with them.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Polar 350, so that's pretty much that machine right there that you see over there. That's made by GWI. GWI is the oldest and largest laser manufacturer in the world, and you'll find a lot of their products under different names with different companies, like Polar, for example, or Onyx, from Montport. But they are decent machines, and that one there is a couple of years old. I think it's a year and a half, or maybe closer to 2 years old, and it's had a lot of material has gone through that machine, and it still works perfectly.
Remember, don't be afraid of your mistakes. Embrace your mistakes because they're just steps to greatness.
Yeah. Mistakes are just learning experience.
Yep.
Let's take a look and see
the greatest in the world by now.
Hey, Jim.
I don't think it's proportional.
Congratulations, Jim. Jim just got back from meeting his new granddaughter. Awesome. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Greg, these are cork.
Oh, you guys want to see these were part of the gift bag that I did. Everybody got one from the live audience for the Galvamatic launch. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, on the back, I have my little logo.
Yeah, exactly, Ellen. If
so
you
I
ain't
had to
trying, you ain't doing.
I had to do
ain't making mistakes, you ain't doing.
60 of these.
I'm tired.
All right, let's take a look at what's going on with Patrick. Again, that's distortion from the bend in the acrylic right underneath the laser module there. That's not a mistake with the laser.
I'm trying to, there we go. Trying to focus that in just a little better.
Oh, picture this. There we go.
Hey, Bespoke, how you doing?
Or it can go to this angle.
Yeah, that's, we don't see the
distortion. There you go.
That's the nice thing about the XW is that you can put two 12s in there, two 12-inch pieces of wood.
Yep. Now, what'll be fun to watch is the line after fill on all this text.
Yeah. What speed you got it set at?
It just such a good job for the line after fill.
Yeah.
6,000.
That's what I always use, 6,000 for line after fill. Although if you really want to have fun, set it to 12.
Yeah, and hopefully your belts are in tune so that you don't miss any, have any lines go outside of the text.
Bespoke is here. Hey, Dave. Good evening.
Howdy, Bespoke.
I'm going to pop out of full screen for a minute. Okay, so really quickly, while Patrick's laser is finishing up.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
I had a coin to show off.
Okay, hang on one second. So, yeah, okay, let's do that first. Go ahead.
No, whenever.
No, go ahead. Show it.
I got to get the damn thing out of its case. All right, here we go. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Motor City Madman.
Yep. Very nice.
Oh man,
so
that's nice.
Coin. There we go. Then
very nice.
Back here. So those are little bullets that are the rim of the coin. Then we have the silhouette of him.
I see that. Yeah.
With the flag in the background. And this is going to make its way to him.
Very nice. I'm sure he's going to love that. Okay. Well, if we're going to show off coins, then I'm going to show off a coin that one of my supporters sent me. This was done on the Lasermatic. Oh, let me go to the other camera. Come on, camera. There you go. So he did my, some reason I can never get this right. I always move in the wrong direction. So that's one right side. There. And then on the
detail in those flourishes look very good.
Yeah.
And this is the other side.
Yep.
This was, when I get around to it.
Yeah, this was done on the Lasermatic 20, I believe. I can't tell you who he is because he specifically said that he doesn't want his name mentioned. So can't tell you who that person was, but it came in a nice little box and everything. It's like one of my favorite pieces that I have here.
I don't remember how long it took. Let's see if you want to pop that up big screen again, please.
It's not focusing.
You'll see that it's many different layers. So each, the names on one layer, then the stars, then the text. Those are all the same layer. But then you can see how it goes deeper, and then the gun and guitar are on a separate layer, and then the honeycomb is on a separate layer. So it took a little while just to get all the files or all the layers to come out the way I wanted them to.
Uh-oh. He done paused. Are we all paused?
Yeah, Patrick freezes up sometimes. He's got a problem with his stream, his internet. Terry says, Jeremy, you're correct. It really matters what you type into AI. Yeah, well, the prompts are the most important thing you can do. If you don't tell it what to do, it's not going to give you any type of good results.
Yeah, it still struggles a lot with words. In all the work I had to do to these, and then
spelling.
2 of them that I missed. Yeah. And it adds extra. Like there was an M in family that had like 2.5 M's connected for some reason. I'm like, well, why?
Well, now what I do is when it does that, I take and edit it myself in my graphic software.
Yep, that's what I did.
Eliminate the text and put my own in.
Yep. Well, that's what happened with that She Is Beautiful one. That's my own text in there because what they put in there was junk.
Patrick, have you tried to do a double eagle coin?
I'm not sure what that means.
Double eagle?
Oh,
Google it.
Is that the one where it's 3D? It's a 3D eagle, but it's like in the center of a coin. You can flip it, and it's the eagle on both sides, but it's connected with the wings and the feet and everything.
See you, Jim.
I've seen something like that. See you, Jim.
This one's pretty funny. I am so new that I get excited when I don't burn the garage down.
Ah,
That's a good one.
That is funny. Okay, I'll Google double eagle.
Terry says I copy my prompts into a Word file for future use. Yeah, you can actually buy a PDF online that it teaches you what every prompt is and what it's used for. And I guess it's probably about 80 pages long. I saw it for $4.95, I think it was. And I considered purchasing that, but I have a whole list. I probably have 20 pages of prompts that I've already saved that work well.
The double eagle coin, I see.
I am going to be back in just a couple of minutes. I'll be right back.
okay.
So
Do
I'm
your
assuming
thing.
this is the double eagle coin you're referring to.
Oh,
Eagle on one side, eagle on the other.
okay.
Yep, there. He just confirmed it.
Okay, I was talking about something different.
Okay, we're going to start the line after Phil here on mine. I'll make it full screen so everybody can see that.
Ooh, I want to watch that go.
Yeah, I've ran it faster, like Rich was saying. It's fun to watch. I just didn't want to take a chance of any of the line going outside of the fill, because you're putting a lot of stress on your belts at that point, and if they're not tightened perfectly, then you could get some strain outside of the lines, so to speak.
Right. I generally stick to 6,000 with mine as well.
Let me go back to this angle. I'll tell you what, I'll go back to that angle when it gets out of the distortion area. Let's zoom in. Let's see. Get that to focus when I switch. Should be pretty close. But the Lasermatic is just so darn accurate with all these little maneuvers. Let's see. I can tell you the name of the font. Let's see. We can group all this stuff. Windows. Billy Betty is what it's called. Billy Betty.
Huh. That is kind of nice. I like that. It's kind of got a nice flow to it.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's fancy, but it's not hard to read. I didn't think.
Yeah. Well, thank you, David.
Thank you very much, David. We appreciate you.
What Rich said about the new Galvamatic is they finally got all their parts in, and so they're still on schedule. That's he made sure they got all the parts in before they made any further announcements or anything. So they got the parts in now.
Right, I'm trying to focus that a little better up on the top.
Oh, that's perfect right there. Yeah, I don't pay for Chat GPT, so I don't know what for pictures. So I use that Bing image creator, and it's got the same engine that Chat GPT uses. So it works good for me for what I need it for.
I think I pay for ChatGPT just to get the pairs, all the pairs.
Well, I mean, that's nice. We appreciate that because that's fun. How do you get pickers if you don't pay? Mine, I got 2 or 3 different free versions that I've found, and none of them will do a picture.
I can definitely say the paid version is better than the free because my subscription ran out due to my credit card switching numbers.
Oh, yep.
I was making images. I'm like, what the heck's going on? And why is this saying I have to wait so damn long? And it wasn't working the way I was used to. And I was like, oh, look, my subscription's dead. So I renewed it, and then I was back to working as usual.
Thank you, Bespoke Lasers. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Pop. I seen you pop in there. Yes, Midjourney is very good for that kind of stuff.
All right. I don't know what it's going to go to next after it finishes this line, after Phil. Can't remember. Because you can see it's already did the outline of the flowers. So you know exactly where to place them. And if you were going to paint it and still wanted those lines to show through, all you'd have to do is just run that outline at a higher power, a little deeper, then you at least have an indentation to line up to.
Right.
So there's the offset fill.
What font was that again?
Billy Betty.
Yes. I was going to say Billy, but I didn't know what the second one was.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, man. Ruined all of our fun.
I heard what you were saying earlier at the Galvamatic. So the parts are in for the first 20 beta units. So.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But they have sourced the people that are going to make the final product. And that final product is going to be slightly different because where the aluminum comes together, it's going to be all one piece. So it's instead of them having to assemble different pieces of aluminum, the aluminum is going to be all one piece, which is going to be interesting.
Thank you for clearing that up.
It's going to be very sturdy.
Heck yeah.
The gorillas that are delivering it are not going to be able to mess with it, and they could drop it all they want now. Thank you, Dwayne. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for the donation. So if you guys are wondering what the donations are, that goes to Jeremy and Patrick so that they can buy supplies so that we can keep doing live streams for you guys every 2 weeks. There's a lot that goes on, like in the prototyping. We may waste a lot of supplies getting it done.
Yeah. Yeah, that post that I put out this week when I was going to Hobby Lobby, they had nothing, and what I bought ended up being something that doesn't like to engrave very well. So, yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
That's a good point. The font that Patrick is using is for personal use. So
yes.
Well, yeah, that's the one I linked. It was free at DeFont. I don't know where I got it from. I might have got it from Font Bundles.
Yeah.
In a paid download.
Hey, Gio.
Hey, Gio. Yeah, you're right. Gio says, I've seen some pretty damaged packages before.
Hey.
We actually watched a video of a Lasermatic being delivered where the guy threw it on the ground and then started rolling it up to the front door. Somebody had a Ring doorbell, recorded the whole delivery.
I got this.
Did it work?
It worked, yeah. No problems.
I got this Falcon 240 watt delivered, and the guys in the FedEx truck literally dropped it from the back of the truck 3 foot down onto the ground while I was standing there, and I'm like, that's a laser. It's like And the one kid on the ground looked at the other guy, looked like he went white, and the other guy was like, "Ah, it'll be all right." And then he left. He just jumped in the truck and left. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Terry is asking about the AI. What AI you using, Patrick?
I use ChatGPT.
Yeah, I use that too, but it's the paid
Paid,
version.
yeah, the
Yeah,
paid
I
version.
use Bing Image Creator.
V says that his case was broken on the Mark II. FedEx driver stacked heavy packages on top. Yeah, yeah, that happens. The acrylic gets broken. I'm sure they fixed that for you though right away.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's been some pictures in the Rolly Facebook page about some cracked. I wonder if that's who it was. I can't remember who it was, but there was,
Yeah,
yeah,
where the
some
handles
cracked.
were, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Sharon's asking Patrick what how tall your raptor feet are.
Uh,
I think they were 3.5 inches, right?
yeah. Let me do a tape measure.
Yeah. V says that Leo sent a new lid right away. Yeah. Yeah, they're really good on customer service.
Probably about 4 inches.
4 inches, V. Dave's saying the biggest problem I've seen with deliveries is having delivery people who can't physically lift the items. Yeah, that's why they have a hand truck. They all have a hand truck. They shouldn't be rolling it up the front driveway. The best rotary attachment currently for general diode laser use. Okay, in my opinion, for diode use where you can use multiple brands of lasers would be the Ortur Chuck rotary. It's an awesome rotary.
This is a thank you for everyone who has donated. So if you want this image, send me an email. Sales at light door sorts.
Yeah, so type in a prompt now, Patrick, while you're on that page, and show them what happens.
All right, what prompt?
Whatever.
Jeremy, give me something.
A monkey riding a bicycle in New York City.
Yes. Perfect. I was going to do a pair rollerblading with a lightsaber, but
Yeah, I misspelled York, but it's AI. It'll get it.
Maybe. Getting started. Wow, mine's so much faster. Might be the time of day.
they put a thing in on the Bing one now where you can, I think it was last year they did it, where you can go take a picture and then you can redo it as a landscape. It'll change the picture a little bit, but it'll add some detail that's missing if they cut it off of the square. And I kind of like that. I've used it a couple times.
Yeah, you can tell it to do a square or a landscape. You can actually tell it to do that.
Now, we didn't specify what style, so it's just going to spit out whatever it wanted.
A cartoon, yeah. Wow, this is taking so long.
It's because it's adding details.
Okay. I think that's, yeah, look at that. New York bicycle, monkey, got exactly what you asked for.
Yep.
So if you wanted to do it differently, you could say, a real life rendering of. It all depends on your prompts. He loves those pears.
I wasn't the one that got started with the pears, though. That was our viewers. So it's like a running theme is the pear character.
It's got to be the bandwidth. There's probably tons of users right now because mine is like almost instantaneous. I never see that getting started at the top.
Yeah, I've had it run slow like this. I saw it run really fast.
Thank you, Nipa.
All right, I'll
Thank you,
do that
Nipa.
one next. All right, we're almost. Let's see.
You should make
The
it a
tag is almost complete. After that, we have the bow, and then it starts cutting.
yeah. Well, she's got a dog there, in front of that. So do a cute puppy, hands together, saying thank you. Paws together.
That's interesting. It used the same background and then gave us the futuristic pair character.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It looks
You know
like Tron.
I should have
Yeah.
popped, Patrick. I should have popped your file into the new Mirror 5 and started it at the same time that you did.
Well, that's cheating.
Yeah, you would have.
You could have had 3 of them done.
My project tonight, the 3-layer base and the roses took 3 minutes on the Mirror 5.
V, me too. I haven't used the rotary in the Lasermatic yet. I think maybe once, and I didn't like it, so I took it out because I don't know how to use it. That's all
I've used it several times. I have a video on using it for the first time on my channel.
I'm gonna find it. I've
Patrick
got a
does
few
too.
things I want to use it with. I just gotta get it in there and get doing something with it.
I think Patrick has a video on his channel as well. Same thing.
On what?
On using the Mark II rotary, Chuck rotary.
I love
Yes.
the rotary on my fiber laser, but
On the stainless steel tumblers.
Yeah. I think you have a couple of videos on your channel on it.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin, that's a good one.
yeah.
You know what? It may even recognize Louisiana Hobby because all the different things that I put in there, all the different prompts that I put in it may even pull from there. Who knows? Dee says she has a lot of glass to try it on, but just don't know where to start. There is on the Rolly Automation Facebook group. There's a file on. There's a file on there for wine glasses that has all the settings in it. So you may want to go and look in the file section there.
Do you see what it did there when I said that from the 1930s? It pulled the old Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting.
I'm just going to quickly cover before we get finished here tonight. I'm just going to go back and talk about what we're doing, what we did for tonight for those people that came in late because we're up to a bunch of people now.
I was supposed to be over my laser.
So my file tonight is a very basic, quick, simple project. Like I said, 3 minutes on the Eon. But if you look at the file, it'll tell you put the line mode into fill, and you'll see where to fill in the roses with it. Everything else is pink around the roses, and all the stems are green. And on the bottom, it's got a saying going all the way around the second layer. And this is very simple, 1 12 by 12 piece of wood, and you've got a beautiful little stand-up rose that you can give to mom. And I'm leaving it this way in the prototype on purpose because tomorrow my grandson's coming over. I'm going to let him paint in all the rest of this, and then let him give this to his mom. Jeremy You want to go over what you did? We can see what Patrick's doing for tonight. Jeremy, go over yours.
I have all 10 of these done now. There's
Okay.
there's a few of these. Faith, Hope, and Loves. There's the Mother. I like that one. Oops, that's got the little heart in the O right there. I think that turned out pretty good.
Oh yeah, that looks. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yep. Yep, little heart in there. This is the one where I don't like the She Is, but the Beautiful turned out really good.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the different font doing that, but I didn't pick a good one, so change it. This is You Are Loved. This is one of the Mom Strongs. And I have another Mom Strong. This one's my favorite. Right here. It's got a...
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and it's got Proverbs 31, 28, 29 on the bottom.
Very nice.
There's a Mother. I got a couple different ones. There's a Family. Single Mom. You ready want to do it? Another Faith, Hope, and Love with a different font. And another Faith, Hope, and Love with a little flower pot in the bottom with the flower for the O and the love.
Cool.
I like that one. So there's 10 files you're going to get out of mine tonight.
And I did decide on my, I know we talked about it 2 weeks ago, my business card coin. I did finally decide on what I'm going to do with that. And I'm just going to paint the relief white, like you see there.
Oh, nice. That makes it pop.
Yeah. So this is the prototype, so I didn't spend a whole lot of time with the, with the painting, but this is 8 millimeters thick, and the relief is 4 millimeters deep. And then on the back side, I'm just going to put my contact information. So I finally did. I know I said I would show this to you when I finished thinking out the prototype. That's what I'm going to do. The only thing I'm going to do slightly differently is I'm going to change the fleur-de-lis to purple and green, everything around the middle, but the rest of it will all be white.
Actually, you guys, there's Proverbs 31:25 and Proverbs 31:26 and 27 as a text bit in there if you want to use some of that. I put all three in there, and then I picked the one that's on there because my wife and I both agreed that's the one that I should do, and then I forgot to do something with these other two, but they're in there. They're in the file.
Oh, by the way, I never did show you guys what I did for the another one of the items that's in the gift bag for the Galvamatic Livestream. Let me see if I've got a finished one here. This one that I've got here is one of my one of the ones I was testing with. I don't think I have a finished one.
I don't. There was somebody else in Texas. Look up through the chat. There was somebody else in Texas in here earlier.
No, I don't have a finished one, but I can give you an idea of what they look like. The finished ones are over in the other shop. Let me show you this real quickly.
Yep, I knew it.
So this is what I did for the launch of the Galvamatic. This is one of the things that was in the swag bag. Come on. Now this camera is focusing on my arm. Well, anyway, that's the... It will not focus on that, huh? That's a really odd. There we go. So that's the... Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'll do it this way, where you can probably see it better. This is too small for that camera to focus on. But anyway, this is red, black, and gold. what's on the blade there. I know you guys can't see it because of my head. There.
Oh yeah, when you turn it, you can see the color change.
Yeah. So that's one side, and then I also have on there. Let me try this one more time. Galvamatic. There we go. I didn't do this side. This was a test piece right here. See if it'll focus now. There you go. Now you can see it. And then I also had the attendee and a couple other things on here. So, real nice knives. I wish I had a finished one here. I don't. Oh, and there was one other thing I wanted to mention. Do you guys know what this is?
Yeah.
Go to the other camera. You know what that is?
I got a whole bunch of those.
What is it?
It's a golf tee.
It's a golf tee. Yeah. So, what am I doing with it? I took my golf tees and I cut them down to about 1 inch tall. And I saw this on another video from somebody else. I can't remember her name now. And these are like the absolute perfect standoffs for any honeycomb bed. So no matter what size you got, there are 3 or 4 different types of honeycomb bed. This works perfectly in all of them. All I did was just cut it down right there. And now I can cut acrylic like on the Eon or on my other CO2, and with no flashback on the backside. I had actually designed some honeycomb standoffs, and I didn't have to. All you need is a golf tee. Everybody's got them laying around. Cut it down to about 1 inch. Yeah, hang on one second. I want to stay with the... Oh, okay. You got that?
For those of you that joined late and didn't get to see this at the beginning, this is what I'm making. And this tag hangs freely. So there are instructions in the file that show you what to do. You glue these 2 bottom layers of your bow together first, then then put your tag onto the bow itself, just like you were doing a split ring keychain. Then glue those 2 spacers to the bow with the tag attached. Cool. Glue your flowers down, then glue the bow assembly to the flowers. And then you end up with this.
Beautiful.
That's awesome. I love that thing.
All right, let's jump back to the comments real quick. And the gold. Okay, so Greg is saying the gold coin you showed, was it done with marking spray? Yes, it was.
Everybody does not have golf tees, but you can get them at Walmart, the dollar store, or whatever.
Just go ask your neighbor.
yeah. Go to a golf club.
Yeah, so
walk around the parking lot for a minute.
Someone was asking, what is Madra 3212? What is a standoff? It raises your material off of the honeycomb bed so that when you're cutting, the little flashback from hitting the metal doesn't hit your material or cause any flash burns. So if you cut a piece of wood, you'll likely have some little dots on the backside from flashback. That's what it's for. Just raises the material up a little bit.
If you do automotive work and you happen to have auto body push pins,
yep,
yes,
those work great.
Like these. Let's see. These things make great little handy standoffs if you have some laying around.
Yeah. One of the problems I have bags of those over here. One of the problems
I like that.
They don't fit every honeycomb. So I literally have 3 bags of those over here on the shelf.
I like the golf tee idea.
Yeah, these golf tees is just great idea.
I made some little jewelry boxes. Go ahead.
Here's what I do with golf tees. I have 3-inch golf tees. I take a golf ball, use hot glue, and glue it to the tee. Then I take them out 100 yards away, set them in my pre-drilled wood, and then knock them off with a rifle.
Yep.
That's the best golfing experience I've ever had.
Yeah.
Good night, Ernie.
See you later. Thanks for stopping.
Thanks, Ernie.
I've made small jewelry boxes with a drawer that pulls out, and I'll take the solid wood golf tees, chuck it up in my drill, take it on my sander, and spin it till it's a round knob, cut it off, glue it in the spot. It's a perfect little handle to pull out the little drawers with.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so we're going to call. We're at almost an hour and a half now. We're going to call last call for questions. Should I be using standoffs all the time or just specific material? Well, if you're going to be cutting, if you're cutting acrylic or if you're cutting wood or whatever the case may be, then you'll want to stand off your material from the honeycomb bed.
Yeah.
But it has to be a solid material, obviously.
Most of my stuff is an engraved then a cut, so I'm about a 99.9% standoff user.
Yeah. I hate golf. I can never get past the windmill.
Oh, it's the alligator that keeps getting me. His mouth keeps closing.
Well, welcome. We're glad that you found us. That is pretty funny. So if you just found us, guys, down below the video, you'll see a link to the files that we did tonight. And you can just right-click on that and say save target as, and save it. And in there are all the files we did tonight. Aloha, Peter. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Left.
Have a good night.
4 minutes left and mine will be done.
Oh, yours is still going? Oh, you showed us the finished product.
Yeah, he's got to show us how to put the tag on there real quick.
Okay.
Appreciate it, Terry.
Flowers says, I have a question. I have a Mark II, and sometimes if I do a project and repeat the same project after the first one I did, and it will not cut. Will not cut? I don't know what to tell you. I've never had that issue. I have 3 different Lasermatics. You mean it won't cut in the same place? Is that what you're saying? Like your lines are in a different spot? That can be due to belts. And you can always go to calendly.com/Rolly support and set up a support session with Dimitri if you're having a problem with their machine.
Good night, Bespoke. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Pop Pop.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
Good night, Dave.
Yeah, appreciate that. We're still praying for you guys.
Is it possible to spell mum with a U? Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, change it.
Yeah, if you're across the pond, just click on that text and delete it and put in your own text. Good night, Rick.
I actually had one that came up MUM, but the M was one of the M's with 3.5 M's on it, so I didn't use it. I could have fixed it, but
so he says the first project cuts fine. I don't understand. Well, if it cut fine, then why would you have to cut it again? So you're maybe
let's just say a new piece of wood, and it won't cut it with the same wood.
Oh, that could be due to glue pockets, hard spots, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, every piece of wood is going to be different.
They shouldn't
Mike
be.
says
but
he's having trouble using the Boolean Assistant. It won't highlight. Well, that means that you may not have the right type of, you may not have the right, you may have an ungrouped item or something like that.
Or too many things are grouped together and it won't.
Too many things grouped together. Yeah.
If you're trying to do letters, turn it into a path before you do it. Otherwise, it won't do it.
Yep. So, Rick, I have not saw that video.
Yes, it can be different wood grain properties. Yeah, now I understand what you're saying. Okay.
It's just got to cut out that plaque and it's done. One time around.
Secret Laser Man, have a good night.
See you later.
Shh, it's a secret.
Good night, Madra.
Well,
William
thank you.
Talmadge.
Thank you for stopping by.
Glad to see you.
You're welcome.
Glad to see you, William.
Yes, thank you. thank you, everyone. Without you guys, we don't have an audience. So thank you for being here.
Yep, I'm starting to feel better. Thanks to Patrick. Patrick prescribed me a medication that my doctor didn't. That's working much better than the one my doctor did. So, how do you handle projects where you have multiple burns? Do you tool the stuff that you don't want to burn? Well, you can. I mean, you just turn off the layer so that it doesn't output.
See you later, Mike.
Put it on a toolpath.
Yeah, Rich just did a video on the color swatch down at the bottom of Lightburn. You should go check that out, because then you can assign different layers a different color, and it'll burn each one of them a little different all at the same time. Well, in respective order.
Yeah, almost all of my projects that I do are going to be on 2 or 3 or 4 layers.
Mm-hmm. See you, Gio.
ChatGPT is free. For the free version, you don't get as much as you get in the paid version.
Yeah, the only thing I've ever used it for so far is helping some of my songs, and most of it's just some of my comedies, my funny stuff that I do. Just goofing around. My girls will come in and they'll want to do a song about a zoo that had the hiccups, and so I'll have ChatGPT help with that, just so they can get a good giggle out of it.
I'm brushing the pieces off, like as Rich recommends.
Yeah, I absolutely want to brush everything off right as soon as it comes off the laser. Don't touch any of the dust, or else it will. The oils from your hands will actually stain the wood.
Yep. I have a premium 2-inch angled $13.50 bristle brush for mine. But that's because that's the only thing that I had in my shop.
The $2.50 brush?
$13.50.
Regular paintbrush is all you need.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the bouquet.
Aw, it's flowers.
And then here are lacers for the bows. The first thing you want to do is get these glued together. So glue those together, set them aside. Then we have the main bow, which, as you can see, has a slit, and it gives you enough flexibility with the size of those loops. You can treat this just like a split key ring.
Fingers crossed.
Whoops. Yeah, and trying to do it in front of the camera, I did it too hard. But anyway, there's enough flexibility for it to go there. And then you end up with that.
That would have been terrible if you broke it.
And then once that's assembled, glue that piece onto these, and then this gives you space for the tag to hang. Then glue the whole assembly, like right here where it has the most meat for it to grab hold of, about right there, for the glue to grab.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
and
so
then
cool.
You'll end up, and then in the end, you end up with this. All right, that's mine.
Okay.
Hillbilly Samurai, you can do multiple things with Lightburn. Just go up in your file and hit that file menu, and it says new window. It'll open up a new Lightburn window, and then you can do. I had 3 open today working on my stuff.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night, Ava. Good night, Nipa. Good night, Desert Flowers.
Yeah, Jack, I do my songs in Suno too. I tried a new one that came out last week, and it was not good yet, so I quit. Went back to Suno. They have a 4.5 out now too, which I've remastered some of my other songs, and it turned out really good.
Okay, everybody. I think that is about it for the night. So,
hold on. Patrick's got a pair coming up for Kevin.
Yeah, I got to do one pair.
Okay.
Here, see the suspense, or you can join in the suspense.
Thanks,
Hopefully
Wingnut.
I feel
A
like
little
it's
quicker.
30 years ago, and I'm on Bell South, waiting for the
Yeah.
image to slowly appear.
Gosh, this is like AI from 2024. It's so slow.
It's like AI from the year 2000.
Good night, Dwayne. See you in 2 weeks.
All right,
This is
here it
an
comes.
interesting one.
Here it comes.
Come on, come on.
That is an interesting one. I like the design on the pair.
Hey, it kind of did it in well, what's that? The offset fill.
Yeah. Thank you, Dog Wills.
Okay, whatever.
All right,
It's
everybody.
not really jumping up and down. So it went back to the motorcycle from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't even say it.
Okay, everybody, we are done for tonight. We want to thank you all so much for joining us, and have a
Thank you, everyone.
happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there, and you single parent fathers. Happy Mother's
Mhm.
Day to you too. And we will see you all in 2 weeks. We'll be back in
Good
2
night,
weeks
everybody.
for the next live stream. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.